Welcome to Cinema Uncovered, the series that goes beyond the surface of your favorite shows and films to reveal the artistry, creativity, and storytelling mastery that make them unforgettable. Today, we're taking a journey into a universe unlike any other, the wildly inventive, hilariously dark, and philosophically charged world of Rick and Morty. Since its debut in 2013, the show has captivated audiences with its audacious blend of absurd comedy, science fiction, and existential inquiry. On the surface, it's a cartoon about a reckless genius scientist and his anxious grandson hopping between dimensions, battling grotesque aliens, and navigating chaotic interstellar adventures. But beneath the interdimensional escapades and pop culture parodies lies a show that is both deeply human and startlingly profound. Every joke, every alien encounter, and every paradoxical twist is layered with thought, intention, and sometimes a touch of heartbreak. Rick and Morty is more than entertainment. It's a reflection of our fears, our curiosity, and our fascination with the infinite possibilities of existence. It challenges us to laugh at the absurd, to think about the unimaginable, and to confront the uncomfortable truths about life, family, and ourselves. From the darkest recesses of the multiverse to the tender moments in a family garage, the series manages to oscillate effortlessly between chaos and meaning, leaving viewers both exhilarated and contemplative. Today, we'll break down the show in a way you've never experienced before. From its groundbreaking animation and intricate storytelling to its unforgettable characters and philosophical undercurrents, we'll uncover the genius that makes Rick and Morty a cultural phenomenon. Along the way, we'll reveal fascinating trivia, hidden details, and subtle references that reward the keen-eyed fan. So buckle up, suspend disbelief, and prepare to journey beyond the cosmos. Because in the world of Rick and Morty, reality is just beginning. From the very first episode, Rick and Morty establishes itself as a show that pushes the boundaries of animated storytelling. Its visual style is immediately distinctive. Exaggerated character designs, grotesque alien creatures, and landscapes that range from the hyper-realistic to the surreal, all render with bold, vibrant colors that make each dimension feel alive and unpredictable. But the animation is more than just eye-catching. It's carefully crafted to serve the story. Subtle details, like the flicker of a spaceship console, the strange anatomy of a background alien, or the nuanced facial expressions of Rick and Morty, add depth and humor to every scene. Production techniques elevate the series to cinematic levels, with precise framing, dynamic camera angles, and rapid, clever editing that amplify comedic timing while heightening dramatic beats. Sound design and music play equally critical roles, punctuating suspenseful moments with eerie tones or underscoring emotional beats with melancholic motifs. Even when the show seems chaotic, there's a method to madness. Every color choice, every visual gag, and every sound effect contributes to an immersive experience, reminding viewers that animation, when executed with care, can be as rich, layered, and cinematic as any live-action production. Once you step beyond the visuals, Rick and Morty reveals a storytelling ambition that is as vast as the multiverse itself. The series is notorious for its intricate, mind-bending narratives, exploring alternate realities, parallel dimensions, and speculative science with both cleverness and chaos. Episodes often feature recursive storylines, paradoxical loops, and surprising twists that challenge the audience to keep up, yet the show never sacrifices coherence for spectacle. It thrives on unpredictability, but every narrative choice is deliberate, whether the throwaway joke that pays off seasons later or a seemingly absurd adventure that subtly advances character development. Standout episodes like the Reclani's Mix-Up intertwine multiple storylines across different versions of characters, demonstrating the series' ability to handle complex, multi-threaded narratives while maintaining emotional resonance. Beyond the complexity, the storytelling embodies a sharp satirical edge, using science fiction as a lens to explore human behavior, societal norms, and the absurdities of life. In Rick and Morty, the multiverse isn't just a playground for wacky adventures. It's a narrative tool that allows the creators to question reality, morality, and identity, challenging viewers to think, laugh, and sometimes feel a little uncomfortably aware of the infinite possibilities that exist just beyond their own universe. At the heart of Rick and Morty lies its most compelling engine, the characters, and the intricate web of relationships that define their universe. The series is anchored by the chaotic genius of Rick Sanchez, a scientist whose intellect knows no bounds and is hesitant, morally conscious grandson Morty. Their dynamic is a fascinating study in contrasts. Rick embodies reckless brilliance, nihilistic humor, and a deep-seated cynicism about existence, while Morty represents innocence, conscience, and an emotional anchor that keeps the story grounded. Together, they navigate the infinite chaos of the multiverse, and it is in these journeys that the show finds its emotional resonance. But the genius of Rick and Morty lies in how the series expands this familial constellation. Summer, Rick's assertive and often sardonic granddaughter, evolves from a typical side character into someone whose intelligence, ambition, and moral complexity rival her grandfather's, providing fresh tension and perspective in the family dynamic. Beth, Rick's daughter, wrestles with the duality of her admiration and resentment for her father, embodying themes of identity, parental influence, and the longing for self-realization. And then there's Jerry, whose ineptitude and insecurities make him the comic foil, but also a surprisingly poignant figure, highlighting the ordinary human struggles that persist even in a universe where anything is possible. The show thrives on the tension between these personalities. Rick's reckless genius often endangers a family, while Morty and the others ground the narrative in consequences, ethics, and emotional stakes of their choices. Episodes are carefully structured to allow these dynamics to evolve over time, with recurring conflicts, betrayals, and moments of unexpected tenderness, revealing the depth beneath the humor. The interactions aren't just funny. They're human, messy, and reflective of the complexities of family, loyalty, and love. It's this delicate balance between absurd adventure and authentic emotional exploration that allows viewers to invest deeply in characters who are, at times, horrifying, hilarious, and heartbreakingly relatable all at once. In essence, Rick and Morty is more than a showcase of sci-fi spectacle. It's a profound character study hidden behind the veneer chaos. Each episode challenges the audience to care, to cringe, to laugh, and to reflect, making the relationships at the center of the series as essential to the experience as the countless dimensions Rick and Morty traverse. It is through these characters, their flaws, ambitions, and vulnerabilities, that the series achieves its emotional gravity, grounding even the most fantastical adventures in a deeply human reality. While Rick and Morty is celebrated for its outrageous adventures and interdimensional humor, at its core, the series is a profound exploration of existence, morality, and the human condition. The show consistently challenges viewers to confront uncomfortable truths about life, identity, and the search for meaning in a universe that often seems indifferent. Rick, the series' antihero, embodies the paradox of brilliance and despair. His unmatched intellect allows him to manipulate realities, evade consequences, and explore infinite possibilities. Yet it is this very awareness of the cosmos' vastness and indifference that fuels his cynicism, loneliness, and sometimes self-destructive tendencies. Morty, in contrast, represents morality, empathy, and the struggle to maintain a sense of purpose. His presence reminds viewers that even in a universe governed by chaos and randomness, ethical choices and human connections still matter. The tension between Rick's nihilism and Morty's conscience provides a series with both comedic friction and philosophical resonance, highlighting the delicate balance between intellect and humanity, freedom and responsibility. The show also explores identity and the self in unique ways. Episodes that delve into alternate realities, doppelgangers, and clone versions of characters force both the characters and the audience to ask, what defines who we are? Is it our choices, our relationships, or the inherent traits we carry across universes? By juxtaposing these existential questions with absurdist humor, grotesque imagery, and pop culture satire, Rick and Morty delivers philosophical inquiry that is simultaneously accessible and thought-provoking. Beyond existentialism, the series also examines the complexity of familial bonds, ambition, and the human desire for significance. It illustrates how even in a world without inherent meaning, connections, love, and humor can provide purpose and solace. Whether Rick is grappling with regret, Morty is wrestling with fear, or the family is facing the fallout of interdimensional escapades, the series continuously probes the interplay between chaos and order, despair and hope. In doing so, Rick and Morty elevates itself from mere entertainment to a commentary on life itself. Funny, unsettling, and endlessly reflective. Beyond the wild humor, mind-bending science, and emotional depth, Rick and Morty is filled with clever secrets, hidden details, and behind-the-scenes trivia that enrich the experience for attentive fans. For instance, the pilot episode began as a crude parody of Back to the Future, yet it quickly evolved into a universe uniquely its own, blending irreverent comedy with sharp social commentary. Justin Roiland, the co-creator, voices both Rick and Morty, infusing each line of dialogue with an improvisational energy that give the characters their spontaneous, unpredictable charm. The series is also known for its subtle visual Easter eggs, recurring motifs, and scientific nods. A quick glance at the background of a seemingly inconsequential scene often reveals clever references to earlier episodes, obscure pop culture, or real-world scientific concepts, details that reward fans who watch closely. Many episodes include hidden callbacks that span multiple seasons, creating an interconnected narrative tapestry that encourages repeated viewing. Even the show's chaotic humor is meticulously crafted. Every grotesque creature, bizarre alien landscape, or absurd invention is designed to serve both comedy and story, often foreshadowing future plot points or reflecting the emotional state of the characters. And while the multiverse offers limitless possibilities for storytelling, the creators maintain a careful continuity, balancing episodic freedom with overarching character and thematic development. Finally, the series frequently hides meta-commentary about itself and the audience. Whether it's jokes about fandom obsession, satirical nods to the animation industry, or self-aware critiques of narrative conventions, Rick and Morty invites viewers not only to laugh, but also think critically about storytelling, pop culture, and their own relationship with media. These hidden details make the series endlessly rewatchable and illustrate the care, creativity, and intelligence behind what might, at first glance, appear as pure chaos. Beyond the wild humor, mind-bending science, and emotional depth, Rick and Morty is filled with clever secrets, hidden details, and behind-the-scenes trivia that enrich the experience for attentive fans. For instance, the pilot episode began as a crude parody of Back to the Future, yet it quickly evolved into a universe uniquely its own, blending irreverent comedy with sharp social commentary. Justin Roiland, the co-creator, voices both Rick and Morty, infusing each line of dialogue with an improvisational energy that gives the characters their spontaneous, unpredictable appeal. The series is also known for its subtle visual Easter eggs, recurring motifs, and scientific nods. A quick glance at the background of a seemingly inconsequential scene often reveals clever references to earlier episodes, obscure pop culture, or real-world scientific concepts, details that reward fans who watch closely. Many episodes include hidden callbacks that span multiple seasons, creating an interconnected narrative tapestry that encourages repeated viewing. Even the show's chaotic humor is meticulously crafted. Every grotesque creature, bizarre alien landscape, or absurd invention is designed to serve both comedy and story, often foreshadowing future plot points or reflecting the emotional state of the characters. And while the multiverse offers limitless possibilities for storytelling, the creators maintain a careful continuity, balancing episodic freedom with overarching character and thematic development. Finally, the series frequently hides meta-commentary about itself and the audience. Whether it's jokes about fandom obsession, satirical nods to the animation industry, or self-aware critiques of narrative conventions, Rick and Morty invites viewers not only to laugh, but also think critically about storytelling, pop culture, and their own relationship with media. These hidden details make the series endlessly rewatchable and illustrate the care, creativity, and intelligence behind what might, at first glance, appear as pure chaos.